One thing that's really going to help you to reach your savings goals is to automate your payments. So when I say automate it, I mean it needs to be done in a way that it works like clockwork. So you're not having to transfer money on a daily and weekly and monthly basis whenever you get paid. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new around here, thanks for stopping by. My name's Tolu, and on this channel I share content all around personal finance, budgeting, frugal living, and I show you how to live your best life on a budget. So if you're a returning subscriber, thanks for coming by to watch another video. It's great to see you again. If any of the content that I just mentioned that I do on my channel is of interest to you, then do me a favor and give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you're yet to do so. And without further ado, I'm going to share with you different ways that you can start to save money even when you're broke. So one of the things that you can do to save money when you're broke is set yourself financial goals. Because if you don't have a goal or a plan in which you're working towards, then it's going to be very hard for you to find ways to save money. Get yourself on a plan. And when I say create a plan and set goals, it needs to be a long-term goal to begin with. So there needs to be a big picture, a big ticket item in which you're working towards, and then break that down into smaller yearly goals, monthly goals, weekly goals, and then daily goals. So really take that big goal and break it down into small bite-sized savings goals, and you're going to find it a lot easier for you to reach that saving goal. Another thing you can do that will really help you to save money when you're broke is read stuff around personal finance. And when I say stuff, I mean books, listen to podcasts, even on YouTube. There's so much information out there, so much content that will really help you on your financial journey and will really help you find ways to save money. I know, for example, on my channel I share loads of content all around frugal living hacks, and if you find ways in which you can reduce your expenses and you can find ways to spend less money, then you're going to have so much more money at your disposal to put towards things that are actually important to you. So the next one is something I talk about all the time, and I'm not going to stop talking about it because I think it's so important, so relevant, and it's just really going to help you find money in order to save towards your financial goals, and that is really to create a budget. If you don't have a budget yet, it's definitely something I would strongly recommend you get yourself. Don't say that your budget is in your head and you know what you budget every single month without really having a plan, something written down, something you can refer back to. Then that's not a budget, that's not really a plan for your money. If it's not written down, it's less likely to happen, and it's going to be really hard to measure your success against something that hasn't even been put down on paper. So definitely, if you haven't created a budget yet, that will really be an excellent starting point. Now there's so many different ways in which you can create a budget. I personally love the zero-based budgeting method, which is where you give every single penny and pound from your paycheck an assignment to do as soon as you get paid. So before you start spending any of it, make a plan for that money. All of your income minus all of your expenses at the end of the zero-based budget needs to equal zero. So what you can do is put money aside from your income towards your savings goals. That may mean you need to make cutbacks in other areas of your budget, but do what you've got to do in order to free up more money to put towards your savings goals. When you find yourself in a hole, the worst thing you can do is keep on digging. So one thing to do to really save money when you're broke is to avoid debt at all costs. So don't take on any additional debt, any additional payments. Try and find a way to live within the money that you have. Reduce your expenses so that you're not acquiring or taking on any additional debt, because the reality is the more debt you take on, the more debt you acquire, the harder it is going to be for you to reach your financial goals and your savings goals. So definitely do not take on any additional debt if it can be avoided, so that you can get to saving money a lot quicker. Another surefire way for you to save money when you're broke is to find ways to reduce your expenses. Now a lot of people, when I put this suggestion towards them, they're like, oh no, there's no way I can save money, I already don't spend much money as it is. But the reality is that we spend a lot more money on things that are non-essentials, and those things that are non-essentials that we're spending our money on a regular basis is preventing us from having money to put towards our savings goals. So if I take myself for example, one of the things that I used to spend money a lot on was wigs and things for my hair. I used to spend a lot of money on wigs, on hair products, hair accessories, etc. Hundreds of pounds every year I was spending on hair products and hair related expenses, going to the hairdressers, etc. All those things were costing me money, and when I removed that from my budget, I was able to find so much more money to put towards my debt repayment. So I'm sure if you look over your expenses, you're going to find that there's things there that are not essential that you think are essential, but by reducing some of those non-essential expenses, you're going to find so much more money in your budget to put towards your more important thing of your savings goal. So as you can see, my hair's done, so it's not like I'm walking around without my hair done nicely, but I've just found alternative ways to do my hair on a budget in order to give myself more money to put towards things that are really important to me and things that are going to help me get closer to achieving my financial goals. I think it's important to have your end goal in mind on a continual basis. So really focus on what the bigger reward is going to be when you're saving money. So I think when you're just saving for the sake of saving, it's easy to lose hope and lose momentum and not to continue doing it, because what am I saving for? I'm just saving for the sake of saving. But I think when you have a savings goal and you have something in which you're saving towards and a plan for that money, it'll be easier for you to save so much more money. So for example, if you're saving towards a holiday, you know that you want to go on holiday in 2021, should they ever let us out again and let us travel freely. If you want to save up for a holiday in 2021, have a picture of the destination on your bedroom wall, have it in visual sight or even on the screensaver on your phone. Have it as a continual reference point and a reminder of what the reward is that you're working towards when you're just going through your daily exercises and activities. Because when you keep reminding yourself of what you're saving for and what you're working towards, it's going to help you stay the course and focus on putting more money towards it. But when you don't really have it at the forefront of your mind, it's easy for you to fall for all the traps and all the things that are vying for your money. So Black Friday just finished on what's it called, Cyber Monday just finished as well. So those were things that were just in your face: buy, discount, buy, savings, save money today, buy this now, buy. Like, it was just so overwhelming. My inbox was flooded with all of those promotional emails and all those marketing messages telling me to come and spend my hard-earned money. And I just had to tell myself, no. There were a few things that I bought, so let me not lie to you. I did buy a few things on Black Friday, but these were things that were already on my list and things that I knew I wanted to spend my fun money on this month. So it wasn't a case of I just saw all these great offers and just fell for those offers. No, not at all, because I can't be wasting my money like that. If it's not planned for, it's not in my budget, I'm not doing it. And I think that is something that we really need to take on, particularly as we're entering into 2021. The year is coming to a close and we're going to be in a new year before we know it, by God's grace. So what we really want to do is get ourselves in a position that we are focusing on saving, that we are focusing on putting money towards the things that are truly of value and of importance to us, and not wasting our money on things that don't serve us, that don't add value to our life, and are ultimately of no importance to us. When you want to save money, the last thing you should do is deceive yourself into thinking that you're going to leave money in your current account and that's savings and that's money that you're saving. Because the reality is that's not going to work. You're going to end up blowing that money. You're going to end up spending that money before you even realize it. So savings needs to be separate from your income. So if you don't have a savings account or you don't have a pot of money in which you are putting money aside separately, then now's the time to create that pot. Open a savings account. When you don't have a savings pot separate from your income, all that's going to happen is you're going to keep spending that money and no money is getting saved. Out of sight and out of mind. So when you save that money, put it somewhere where you can't touch it, where you can't access it, where it's hard for you to just dip into and spend it. And in that way, the money just has the opportunity to do its thing and grow. If it's so accessible to the point that, okay, it's not in your current account, but it's in a savings account that you can access at the drop of a hat, you're just going to keep putting that money back into your current account when the money in there finishes. But if you set it aside in a way that you can't access it, then it's more likely to have the opportunity to just keep growing over time. So yeah, I'll definitely say get yourself a separate savings account and save that money independently. One thing that's really going to help you to reach your savings goals is to automate your payments. So when I say automate it, I mean it needs to be done in a way that it works like clockwork. So you're not having to transfer money on a daily and weekly and monthly basis whenever you get paid. Instead, have it on autopilot. If there's a particular minimum amount that you can put towards your savings goal, then do it. Set it up so that it's automated, so that every single month, whenever you get paid anyway, a fixed amount is going straight to your savings without you thinking about it. Even if it's as low as £20 a month, that's all you can afford to save and save consistently. Do that. Automate it, have it as a standing order, so as soon as you get paid, £20 from your payment is going to that savings account without you having to do anything about it. Because as much as we have good intentions, life happens, we get busy, things are going on, we can't be bothered, or we just think, oh, actually maybe this month I'll just do something else with that money, this month I need to pay for X, Y, Z. But when you automate it, you take that power out of your own hand and that ability out of your own hand, and you just allow the money to kind of do its own thing, and without you having to do much work for it to happen. But when things seem complicated, there's too much work to do and you have to do too much to make it happen, more often than not you're just not going to do it. So definitely, where you can, automate those savings, no matter what the minimum is, just so long as there's an amount that you can stick to consistently month in, month out. Set that up as a standing order and start putting money aside towards it month in, month out, and you're going to see over the months that money is going to start growing. That £20 that you thought was just £20 within the space of 5 months is now £100, and that's without you putting in much work. So definitely, where you can, automate those savings, and any additional money that you get that you can put towards savings, then you can do those as direct payments, but at least have some kind of system in place where at least a minimum amount is automated. Now might be the time to really review your expenses. So how much are you spending on electricity and gas? How much are you spending on food? How much are you spending on transport? Even your living expenses. Review those expenses and see where all your money is actually going. See how much you're spending on a day-to-day basis for these different things, and see if there's areas in which you can actually make cutbacks. So can you reduce your grocery spend from £300 a month to £250 a month by switching supermarkets or switching out brands? Can you reduce your utility costs? Maybe you haven't switched your energy service provider in a number of years and you're not necessarily getting the most value for your money. Maybe now's the time to switch service provider so you're getting more bang for your buck. Are you renting privately somewhere and paying for a one-bedroom flat? Maybe it's time to consider a flat share. Maybe you consider moving in with a family member for a period of time so that you can put money aside to really accelerate your savings goal. So just really look at your expenses, look at where all your money is currently going, and look at ways you can optimize it and find ways to really reduce those outgoings so that you can have so much more money to put towards your saving goals. Another fantastic way for you to save money is to use cashback sites. So if you're going to be shopping, obviously Christmas is coming up in a few weeks. I know now's the time that people are shopping online, people are buying Christmas gifts, they're buying presents for next year, for birthdays, for anniversaries. As you're shopping online, why not save money by using cashback sites? You've got sites like Quidco, you've got sites like Top Cashback. All these websites, you can save money on your shopping. So the things that you were going to buy anyway, you can buy it and get some of that money back. And that money that you're getting back as savings, don't just spend it on something else. Take that money and put it towards your savings goals. And that way you're going to see your savings grow quite quickly over time. Another surefire way for you to save more money is to make more money. So if you're in one job or you have one sole source of income, now's the time to consider getting a second income stream going. Because the reality is, if 2020 has shown us nothing, it's shown us that job security is a bit of a myth, and it showed us that you need more than one source of income. I think back in the days, years and years ago, you could have a job for life. Now it isn't really such a thing. You can't have a job for life. Job security is a myth. I mean, I was made redundant from my employer after 10 years of being there this year, and I never thought that would ever happen to me. I thought I had a job for life. Not that I was planning to stay there forever or anything, but at the same time, I thought it was a secure enough job. And here we are, fast forward 4 months since I've been made redundant. It just goes to show that job security is not that secure. So have a plan, have a contingency plan, have other streams of income that you're building so that if that one income stream does dry up, you have something else that you can fall back on. So for example, if you're a teacher that teaches in primary school, why not try tutoring on the side? So in the evenings or on the weekends, you can tutor 1 or 2 children and get some extra income like that. Or maybe try selling stuff, like reselling things that you have around the house that you haven't used in so long. Sell that stuff on and get some extra money, which you can put straight towards your savings goals. So just really find ways to make extra money so that you can free up money to put towards the things that are really important to you. So saving is something that we really want to try and do, particularly as we're moving into the new year. Now's the time to really cultivate this habit. Let's make this a lifestyle. Let's make this a way of living. Like, we really do need to have some kind of savings in place. Savings in particularly for things like an emergency fund, I think is so crucial, particularly in these times. It's so uncertain, there's so much going on, like we don't even know if we're coming or going half of the time with what's happening in the world right now. Now's the time to really have some kind of savings going, money that we've set aside for a particular goal, whether it is to buy a house, whether it's to buy a new car, whether it's just to have money in the bank so that you feel secure, whether it's to have savings in order to start investing. The main thing is that we really need to get into the habit and cultivate that discipline of not spending all the money that we earn. I'll be interested to hear some of the different ways that you're able to save money when you're broke. Please leave them in the comment section below and I'll definitely read them, and it will be helpful to every single person watching this video. And with that being said, guys, please give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet done so, tell a friend to tell a friend, and I will see you on my next video. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.